Sorry, I was setting up in the meantime. Hola. Ikazo. Bueno. And for the most part, hello. It's a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, man. Cool. So, life, fun. Cables, and don't worry about it. There's a star man waiting in the sky. Thank you, David Bowie. It's one way to start our Sundays. So, in case you missed it, apparently we did some Marvel Rival stuff, which was interesting. But there's some fun right there. Check it out. We are going into 5th month. That's May. Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Drinko, and it's good. It's gonna be an interesting month, mostly because of how things are starting to pan out when it comes to a lot of our normal systems, if we'll leave it at that, are sort of like gonna hit those setbacks. Think of the chip shortages. Now think of fertilizer for your soil. But hey man, we're here for fun. We're here for information. I'm a big fan of learning things, and if that sounds like your cup of tea, then you're pretty OP, because most people don't drink tea, they drink coffee. So much fun with all that. So hey, all that just to say hola, buenos dias. It is your voice, Kami Sustage, till EXP 626, here having fun and enjoying the jams, as they would call it, and hopefully getting good vibes started. So with all that being said, mucho tanashi, ikimashou. Everything should be running. Somebody smack me if it's not. I won't make it work. Hi. No. With your head in a carrying the head on the cloud. And try this trick and spin it. Yeah. Your head will collapse and there's nothing in it, and you'll ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming. I was swimming in the Caribbean, animals were hiding behind a rock. Except little fish bumped into me. I swear he was trying to talk to me coy. Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming. Put your feet in the air and your feet on the ground. Try the trick and spin it. Yeah, your head will collapse and there's nothing in it, and you'll ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming. With your feet in the hair and your head in the ground, try to strike and spin it, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Man, did you know Fight Club is in 4K? You can go watch that movie in 4K right now. Just saying. Just saying. It's got in 4K. No, I bought the Blu-ray. No, sorry. The 4K Blu-ray. So that's going to be happening in my life very soon. Fight Club. Good movie. Interesting book. I've heard a lot of film majors have used that film as like a course guide or whatever, blah 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 blah. But speaking of movies, the spirit lives. I am gonna mess this up. Let's go. Oh, let me tell you now. When I had you to myself, I don't want you around. Those pretty faces always made you stand up in the crowd. But somebody picked your bunch and luck was all it took. Now it's much too late for me to take a silent look. Oh baby, give me one more chance. Won't you please let me back in your heart? Oh darling, I was blind to let you go, but now since I see you in his arms, I do know. Ooh, ooh baby, na 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 na, trying trying to live without your love with one last sleep at night. Let me show you, girl, that I know wrong from right. Every step you walk on, I leave tear stains on the ground. Following the girl that I need and want around. Let me tell you now, oh baby, all I need is one more chance. Won't you please let me back look in your eye. Oh, darling, I was blind to let you go. Now since I see you in his arms, all I want, all I need, all I want, all I need is one more chance to show you that I love you, baby, baby, baby. Get what happened then, let me live it. Oh, baby, I was blind to let you go. Now since I see you in his arms, spare me of the scars. Give me what I go, baby. I need one more chance, baby, baby, baby. Good job, little Michael. Really took the cake for that one. Interesting movie. I've heard everyone take their take on the take of the film. I have opinions, I have thoughts. I've also been holding on to my opinions and thoughts for a couple of days for reasons. But there's an old Tosh 2.0 or Tosh.0 joke that obviously is a joke, but you know, take it with a grain of salt. Humor is susceptible to everybody on their own limits, and I just remember it very distinctively because it just kind of hit a note in my brain, pun not intended. But I believe the joke goes that you're Joe Jackson and you want to hit your kid hard enough that he produces Man in the Mirror, you know, the Michael Jackson album or song, whatever, but not too hard enough that he quote unquote gets allocation, or he gets accused of allocation or what alleged thingamajiggies. He says it differently, but obviously I'm cleaning it up for specific reasons. And yeah, that specific line stuck with me for years because I never had cable, but for somehow, some universe, in some way, YouTube showed me that specific stuff, and it was an interesting one. Yeah, the fact that we talk about what quote unquote parenting was and what quote unquote that might have done to future generations, and the way that I see it, what that quote unquote may have done to sort of the image of the father or parenthood or even just a stable household. And obviously we're jumping into new territory here, but that's what we do here. So let's dial it back and just go ahead and say that things may not have been easy for the man in the mirror. And obviously for someone who is on record for being incredibly driven, like he put in a lot of effort to make certain shows present themselves, and that goes to show just how much of a drive there was inside this person who found this in his life and made it his mission to fulfill his purpose for however far that may have brought him, and for whatever situations may have occurred. There is history of a person, and how we remember that history is how we remember the person. So a lot of things in that film, maybe not 100% accurate, quote unquote, maybe not 1,000% inaccurate, but we'll see. You know, we respect the legacy of the man who came, and we appreciate that. So hey, I remember growing up with that. You know what else I remember growing up with? Sega, because Sega Universe Initiative highlights Outrun, Streets of Rage, and more. Wow. What are you doing over here? This is by one Vicky Blake over at IGN. You're gonna get me copyrighted, bro. Sega is dragging its older systems, and game franchise is back in the spotlight again with its new initiative, Sega Universe. Tag No Stay Gold. No Old Stay Gold. The program revolves around games and characters born in the past, transcending genders and borders that continue to live on, even beyond games, Sega said. Quote, everything created here remains in someone's memory and is passed on to the next generation, the company said, before presenting us with a nostalgic YouTube video that takes us through misprint youth spent with Outrun, Sonic the Hedgehog, Red Hero, and more before cutting to familiar Sega soundscape. The site lists 9 of his most iconic catalog franchises: Fantasy Zone, Outrun, Street of Rage, Red Hero, Guardian Heroes, Dynasty Dreams, Dynamite Deca, Sakura Wars, and SGGG. SG Cubed. Follow on-screen prompts and you'll unlock cutscenes from them, complete with in-game track of your choosing. You'll also find a series of neat summaries, including the history of these games, titles, and characters as they celebrate anniversaries. Sega has even prepared playlists of tunes to get you in the mood. It's a truly joyful trip throughout the games gone by. Head over to the official website, experience it for yourself. There's no suggestion yet on what Sega plans to do for each of the games listed. If anything, could we see re-releases? Sega's official 30th anniversary doesn't land until June, but Sega is already treating 2026 like a long victory lap of the blue blur. It means early deals, and plenty of them, with Amazon kicking things off with generally massive sales across Sonic the Hedgehog games, 4K Blu-rays, and comics earlier this month. Sheesh. Wow. So 35 years of Sega-ness. Okay, I'll take that. That's 5 years more than I, so that kind of checks out, I guess. 1991. Woo. So not too bad. We heard rumors like years ago. Hi, I'm supposed to be gone by now. Thanks for watching. We heard rumors like years ago of like this guy that was supposed to be remaking like, what was it, like Crazy Taxi and a good amount of these games. I'm surprised that Crazy Taxi is not listed here, because that was one of the games that quote unquote was being remade. And we all just kind of looked at this and and just said like, oh, there's Ninja Gaiden. Looked at it and goes like, okay, cool, bet. How are you gonna do this? What are you gonna do? What is the vision that you guys have? And that's what we got. We got those. So it's interesting to see how Sega is coming back around and doing something quote unquote new, question mark, because if we look at what they were doing and we look at where they're at now, we think maybe the Sega maybe the Sony thingies are not too much. It's just okay. It's cool if they're trying to reorganize stuff. Let's go over to the website. But honestly, it again feels like we're having like a change of course, which is potentially not terrible, right? Look at that. Bam. But at the same time, it's kind of oh, what are we doing here? Guys, I'm scared. There you go. Play. Wow, look at that. Oh, there's your video. What's up? It's gonna be loud, isn't it? Okay. Okay, very nice. So we got Sega, we got stuff. Nice. It feels like an interesting like reset, which again doesn't have to be a terrible thing, but at the same time is like, whoa. So what do we do? And so far, all we have is like future technology and like retro. There you go. There's your. I don't rent a hero. What? Not like this. Not like this. What do you mean rent a hero? Oh, that's Sakura Wars. Don't know what it's just a perfect blah blah blah. Oh, it's marketing. Good lord. Marketing. So that was even less. I don't know what I was expecting from that, but whatever it was worse than what I thought it was going to be. Okay, so they're just marketing their old properties without like putting in a new game, which again, you can do that. People might be like, yo man, I'm 35 years old and I remember when that game came out when I was born, and they might want to buy that shirt. Sure. But what the hell happened to Crazy Taxi, man? So that's where we're at. Sure, marketing. Maybe they need money to fund Crazy Taxi, but I don't know, man. I think we need a proof of concept before you start shilling out. But anyways, that's my humble opinion. But guess what? We're not the only shills in the universe. It's all good though, because Canis Showcase live action look back film, You Fireworks, and our promised anime film. Entertainment is by Crystal Hodgkins over at Anime News Network. Entertainment news, Variety website Variety reported on Thursday that the 79th Cannes International Film Festival will showcase 5 Japanese works in progress films as part of Tokyo International Film Festival's Goes to Cannes event on May 15th, very soon. These films will include these movies. Look Back, one-shot manga, as well as anime film adaptation of Kimi to Habani to Yasaku, You, Fireworks, and The Promise, or Kimi Hana for short. Nice. Your Fireworks for short. Novel series under the working title You, Fireworks, and Our Promise. Fair enough. Nah, man. You, Fireworks, and The Promise. Come on, man. Gotta make it mysterious. The quote Goes to Cannes series and organized by Marché du Film in a marketplace held during Cannes is a series of 7 showcases of works in progress of film festivals and markets all over the world. This year, the quote Goes to Cannes series will offer 2 rewards. The other 3 films as part of the showcase are director Kokanai's The Gate and Murder, quote Takashi Zeze's All That Exists, and Soyato Koyabashi's Lives at the Right Angles. Yura Kaore is directing and editing the look back film and also writing screenplay. Yuta Bando is composing the music. G-Kids has acquired distribution rights to the film in US, Canada, UK, and airline company plans to release the film in theaters. I love this song. The film is currently in post-production, will open in Japan in 2026. Alright. These people, directing Kimi Hanabi and penning and treating lanes and characters, Easy Money. Coming age romance is set during the Nagasaki Festival Grand Fireworks Show, one of Japan's 3 major fireworks shows that draw several hundred thousand visitors to Niigata Prefecture every year. What connects Makoto, a Tokyo high school boy with all sorts of skills or self-confidence, and Aki, a popular high school girl and class president with beauty and talent. These people kind of looks like the guy from Mahoko Shoko. His drawing is a drawing of fireworks display at the mercy of the drawing's mystery and fate itself. The two have made a choice in a limited amount of time. Japan is the 2026 country of honor at the Maruchado Films. Cannes Animation will host several workshops and panels focused on Japanese animation. The NEC Animation Showcase at this year's festival will feature 5 animated works in progress from around the world, including Dwarf Studios, Hidari stop motion samurai film, and director Takayuki Hiro's Magical Sisters Yo-Yo and Nene Q. Anime project tentatively codenamed Wasted Chef. Hell yeah. Okay. Let's pull it back a bit. It's a lot of information, I know, but we can make this work. How the hell did this get a movie? So Look Back is a one shot of the guy, I think it's a guy, the guy who made Tatsuki Fujimoto, who made Chainsaw Man. So yes, that Chainsaw Man creator made a one shot of what is technically probably his backstory or their backstory, quote unquote. But it's disguised as like this kind of film. So it's interesting to see. We had the animated project that actually was in theaters, and it's interesting to see that again we're going into this like more sooner than before. We're getting these live action adaptations of anime and manga properties. So that's number 1. Number 2, G-Kids has acquired the rights, meaning that G-Kids is officially in the game of live action films coming from Japan. How do I know that? Because they also acquired the rights to Exit 8, which is doing phenomenally well. Good news. Good news all around. Number 3. G-Kids Akira. No, I'm kidding. So number 3 is this obvious one, is that this is the Cannes Film Festival. This is a Stingy in France. France is kind of big, or movies are kind of big in France, hence the films festival. And it's also very... It's the French animation side has been growing, and it's good, interesting, and cool to see that there are actually making room for more of these, whether they be animated projects or actual Japanese live action films. So that is some synergy happening right there, and you love to see it. And number 4, G-Kids is gonna license a live action Akira. You can bet on it. But hey, you know who else I would bet on? Scooby-Doo! Hell yeah. Scooby-Doo, first look at the cast at full title revealed for the Netflix live adaptation action series. No! This is by Jim Vejvoda, or IGM. Vejvoda. Production has begun on a live action streaming series, Scooby-Doo Origins. No, not the Origins. Netflix announced Friday. The streamer has also revealed the first look at the core cast of McKenna Grace as Daphne Blake, Tanner Hadgen as Shaggy Rogers, Abby Ryder Forston as Velma Dinkley, Maxwell Jenkins as Fred Jones. Filming is underway in Atlanta, Georgia on Scooby-Doo Origins, which Netflix calls a, quote, modern reimagining of the iconic mystery-solving group of teens and their very special dog. Quote, during their final summer at camp, old friends Shaggy and Daphne get embroiled... Haggy and... My new freaking rap title. Get embroiled... Sorry, it's like Cloak and Dagger, but you know. Get embroidered in the haunting mystery surrounding a lonely lost Great Dane puppy that may have been a witness to supernatural murder. Quote, according to the official synopsis. Together with the pragmatic scientific townie Velma and a strange but ever so handsome new kid Freddy, they set out to solve the case that is pulling each of them into a creepy nightmare that threatens to expose all their secrets. End quote. That's damn. Oh, they look good. They look cool. I don't know, man. They look kind of cool. I'm pretty about it. Especially this guy. This guy looks like a stoner. I'm about it. Josh Applebaum and Scott Rosenberg serve as executive producers and showrunners. But there's no Scooby, huh? Makes sense. Executive producers include Greg Berlanti, these people, and so we'll deal with Warner Bros. Television and these people. Yes. Okay. So, what do we think? Are we excited? Is this the squad? Oh, too much. Is this a squad? Is this a squad, guys? Because like when they hit Fortnite, oof. No, I'm just kidding. They already hit Fortnite. Yeah, man. Okay, look. Easy money. Hanna-Barbera. Goated. Like, hella goated. Like, there is a local TV channel that just loops old school cartoons, and when Jetsons and any Hanna-Barbera pops back on, Yogi Bear and the little lion guy, the cowardly lion guy, they're bangers. Like, they're funny. And one of my earliest stuff is bumping into Scooby-Doo. and just having like that sense of wonder and just a group of potatoes and their dog. And I guess there's a reason I love dogs so much. And also layering that with Inspector Gadget and all the mystery side of things, that as it's like things that I'll never forget for specific reasons. Obviously, my case is different than most people's cases. Get it, pun. But when you look at the current generation and you think to yourself, right? You sort of think, at least I think to myself, all the stuff that made the original things what they were, would the new generation get that? Or would they appreciate that? And like, I guess that's what every potato CEO, executive producer is kind of like arguing about. And it's a weird fine balance of what is it that we're trying to do here and who is it that we're trying to sell it to, quote unquote. And those are two very different things. So one can only hope that when certain people are pulled into the project, certain people are going to remember the original for what values it holds, hopefully sentimental value. And you're just hoping that there's a group of people who are really into making something visible or solving a puzzle. And that sounds like fun. I really hope it works out. Thank you for subbing. Go run. Muchas gracias. And you put that into the Netflix layer, and you know, people have options, people have thoughts, and that's fine. The closest thing that we can kind of reference this to, I would have to say, is One Piece, Netflix live action. And if you feel like that has been fair enough to its source material, and one would hope it is, because the actual guy is also working with it, that we kind of get some of that energy in here. And again, if Netflix is understanding these things and they're sort of implementing that vibe into these projects, whether they be live action or whether they be animated project, i.e. Avatar or whatever it was, you can only hope that like someone that actually cares about or actually remembers the original stuff is able to look at this and be like, yeah, dog, this is why this thing was sick. And hopefully it works out. So they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and that is a call sign. So hey, I think they look good. I think it's because I hear Scooby-Doo and I think about that crappy Velma animation show from HBO, and that was not great. It's almost like to the levels of Star Wars and the final trilogy, and what Velma did to Scooby-Doo is what that Skywalker ending thing did to Star Wars. And as long as we don't get that, for the love of God, as long as we don't get that abomination, I'll be fine with it. We'll see what happens. But they look cool. We'll see. I don't know. I'm impressed. I'm actually excited for this. I had no idea it existed, and now we're looking at our potential 5-season career here, and maybe they grow up into being like the actual. Maybe he finds a green shirt by season 3. You never know. So looking forward to green shirts and more, man. But you let me know. I think they knocked it out. But if anyone has any issues, you're more than welcome to have those. But hey, Eminence in the Shadow. I've heard about that. Something near and dear to my heart. Mysteries. Noir. Gangsters. Coach K's Gangsta manga resumes in July. This is by Crystal Hodgins over at IG Anime News Network. Manga creator, Coach K, and publisher Shin Chosa announced on Friday that Gangster manga will resume serialization on July 3rd. Shin Chosa stated that during the manga's long hiatus, Kosuke has been undergoing medical treatment for synthetic lip erythematous SOE, and accompanying complications. Kosuke will continue to undergo treatment while writing the manga, so the manga will be published irregularly. Kosuke also posted on Twitter that the manga serialization will likely pause frequently, and the pace of the compiled volumes will also be slow from now on as well. Kosuke noted she is also that's a female, still, quote, groping for ways to draw that are less burdensome. And so the feel of her drawings might change a little, but asked fans to patiently continue to read the manga. Kosuke has been working on a regular schedule after revealing in 2021 she had lost an eye and was experiencing paralysis in her fingers. Damn. Due to her health complications, the symptomatic lymphosis erythematous. Sure. The Gangsta manga last went on hiatus September 2018 and returned March 2019 with the 55th chapter. The latest chapter is the 56th chapter, which debuted in December 2020. The manga also went on hiatus November 2015 due to Kosuke's health, but it resumed in May 2017. Shin Chosa published the 8th and compiled volume in May 2018. Yeah, I kind of remember that, man. Kosuke launched the manga in Shin Chosha's monthly comic Butch Manga in 2010. Manga revolves around Nick and Warwick, two men who take on jobs from both the mafia and police in the town of Iraguslum, a rotten town filled with mafia, hoodlums, prostitutes, and dirty cops. Very nice. This publishes in America, 12-episode anime adaptation, premiered in July 2015. Funimation, good old Funimation. Kosuke recently worked on the Dark Auction Mystery Adventure game, which launched on PlayStation 5, Switch, and PC via Steam on January 19th. Dark Auction Mystery. Very nice. So, listen. 2015 was a time. It's like a good time. And this I don't know where you had this guy with a katana. You had this guy with an eye patch, and it just kind of dropped, and you're like, wait a minute, this feels like a vibe. And then that opening started playing, and you're like, god damn, this is a vibe. And then all that stopped, and you're like, wait, so did this happen? Did this not happen? And then High School of the Dead like announces that they're like never gonna continue the series, so you're like, damn, okay, I guess this series is never gonna continue it either. And then you fast forward to 2026, and you bump into news saying that, hey man, that one manga still lives. And then you find out that the creator is actually a female, so that puts a lot of things into perspective. I appreciate that. So, TLDR. We're back in the game, baby. However, it seems that this poor young lady is suffering through a lot apparently. So, it also kind of checks out as, a lot. So that's unfortunate, and hopefully, I can't say get better because they've been diagnosing that for years at this point. But hey, we care. So get better. And for the love of God, I really hope this gets a new anime adaptation. Come on, let's go. I'm down. But in case you needed more noir to handle your edginess with Detective P.I., Mouse P.I., Spider-Man Noir trailer sets the stage for 1930s mystery and superpowered goons. Quote, fighting is the point. What? Is my nightcoat crepe over at IGN. Sony Pictures and Amazon's Prime Video have published an official Spider-Noir trailer revealing a closer look at Nicolas Cage as Ben Reilly. That's cool. As he investigates mysterious and fights off superpowered villains in 1930s New York City. The first full-length trailer for the show arrived as part of CCXP's panel in Mexico City today. Hey yo, Viva Mexico, Viva la raza. In a 2-minute video that gives viewers a better idea of live-action series plot ahead of its airing on MGMT's blah 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 channel May 25th, and its Prime Video's premiere 27th. Very nice. Spider-Man Noir trailer mostly serves to establish Ben Reilly and Silvermane as major players before the former is approached by Cat Hardy, nice, with a missing person case to solve. What follows is footage of Cage swinging through the city, webbing together goons and fighting off superpowered enemies like Sandman, Megawatt, and Tombstone. Very nice. Spider-Man Noir is standalone. This is it. Sick. is a standalone project from co-showrunners and executive producers Oren Urizo and Steve Lightfoot. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Project Hail Mary duo Phil Lord, Chris Miller, and also helped develop the show as executive producers, with Spider-Man veteran Amy Pascal also in the mix and as an executive producer. Spider-Man Lore Noir is a live-action series based on Marvel Comics Spider-Man Noir, and an official description for the show says, quote, Spider-Man Noir tells the story of Ben Reilly, a seasoned, down-on-his-luck private investigator in 1930s New York who was forced to grapple with his past life following a deeply personal tragedy, and as the city's one and only superhero, end quote. Also confirmed to star in the show are Lamorne Morris and as Robertson, and Karen Rodriguez as Janet. Nice. Viewers will have the option to watch it either authentic black and white or true hue color. Very nice. Spider-Man Noir will spin a new tale when it premieres later next month. While we wait for updates, you can see the breakdown of the villains confirmed to show up so far. Very nice. Just go ahead and flip through these real quick. Black and white. You. Very nice. Very nice. Interesting. Tombstone, huh? So they're gonna... Okay. This is the money shot right here. You got the outfit. That's kind of cool. I like those webbings. The gloves. You got the boots. You got Nicolas Cage inside. Ooh, cool. It looks good. And then black and white. Ooh. You see how it pops off? So when they made the movie Sin City, they had to really highlight colors, and then the black and white makes it stand out. Also, kind of like how the Addams Family, the original show, the one that I love, black and white, the house for that was actually pink, but it shows up as black in the show. So, cute, fun. These guys, Sandman, I don't know. Noir. That's Nicolas Cage, man. All right. Thunder. That Batman shot. Okay, that looks like crap, but hey, look at that. Nicolas Cage. Whoosh. Halfway there. Ben Reilly. You know, I feel like I should start opening up a private investigation firm. Cowboys. There you go. Well, in case you didn't know, people are looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. I didn't know it was what do you call it? A Amazon Prime thing. So we'll see. There you go. Say it, Nick. Hey. I'll give you 5 seconds. Get off his roof. Was Black Cat? Oh, sério? Oh wow, look at that. Spider-Man.
This is your chance to put that shovel down. So what are you waiting for? Let the best man live.
Gigawatt. Ouch. Oh god. Got spiders in them, boy.
What happened to your face? I walked into a door.
bad noir.
Relax now. It sounds crazy, I know.
Freaking Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage. Okay, well, we gotta give them credit where credit's due, right? They got both sides. Obviously, they needed to go the full color HDR so it can make the black and white pop out even more. So good stuff. Smart of them to use both, to release both sides. We'll see how the universe decides to look at that one. But hey, in case you didn't have enough noir things in the universe, then hey, you got some things to look forward to. But it's time for the good news. You know what that means. It's bad news. Because a surprise DRM issue for digital PlayStation games has fans worried. This is by Lewis Parker over at Kotaku. Over the past couple of days, several reports have surfaced claiming that Sony has introduced a new form of DRM. Technology on PS5 and 4 consoles. Supposedly said DRM, which may believe was installed in the latest firmware updates for both systems, imposes a 30-day limit on any new digital purchases on either system. Okay, after these 30 days are up, you'll reportedly be required to connect your PlayStation consoles to the internet so Sony can validate your purchases. Yeesh. Primary source of the story is a video by homebrew and console modding content creator Modded Hardware uploaded last night, April 24th. In the video, Modded Hardware shows that digital games purchased from March onwards and PlayStation 4 now seemingly come with PlayStation Plus style expiry date if you're running on the latest 13.50 firmware. However, the only truly started to trend online once Lance McDonald's post on Twitter went up this morning. Quote, hugely terrible DRM has been rolled out onto all PS4 and PS5 digital games. Quote, Jesus post, quote, every digital game you buy now requires online check-in every 30 days. If you buy a digital game and don't connect your console to the internet for 30 days, your license will be removed. Quote. So, this is actually true. While Modded Hardware's video is extremely compelling, it seems to be the only primary source that people are using as evidence. In fact, Lance McDonald's post on Twitter even uses a screenshot from Modded Hardware's videos as a source. That being said, does play in a quote international community dedicated to presentation of video games and their respective systems, quote, was also able to replicate the issue on their end and shared it in a post on Twitter. Just does it play? Yep. But even if this is definitely happening, it remains to be seen if Sony is doing it on purpose and why. Does it play posted an update later on day on April 25th stating that they had, quote, received word from an anonymous insider that the DRM issue is a, quote, unintentional bug. From what we've gathered, Sony accidentally broke something while fixing an exploit. They've known about the confusing UI for a while, but didn't see it as urgent, hoping for a clarifying statement now, end quote. At this point, it's a little too early to speculate in either direction. There is evidence that the system information on PS4 games purchased from March onwards features expiration dates. However, I don't see any evidence that said games can't boot once these time limits expire. So there's a very real chance that this is just a UI bug. Likewise, with several people, including Modded Hardware and Does It Play, have stated that the issue affects PS5 consoles, and I couldn't find any direct evidence of that. Fans are understandably worried, though, that slow march to an all-digital, always online feature has already interfered with many of the control and ownership rights players have traditionally enjoyed over their games. Even if this latest DRM scare turns out to be just a glitch, it wouldn't be shocking if console platform holders tried to roll out restrictions like this in the future. Reach out for Sony content. Quote, according to the post on Twitter by one of these people, Digital Timer is an individual UI bug. Once it's up, you will reportedly be unable to play games purchased after March. Cool. I've also experimented with this and confirmed that your CMOS battery dies any digital game with the timer becomes unplayable again, even if the console is set as the primary. Demega3, along with the image of Super Meat Boy Forever on PS4. Quote, this is a digital game I purchased with money yesterday. I didn't claim it with the PS Plus. Based on the context, they were seemingly able to prove this by forcibly running this CMOS battery, which allows PS4's motherboard to retain accurate real-time settings, such as save time, and even when it's not connected to the internet. Here's to hoping it's just an additional bug that will be fixed in the near future, because it's soundly a lot more worrying now that we have an example of its consequences. Whew. Good news, right? Okay. Hi, how's it going? No, I have to stand up. Because a part of me really enjoys gaming. That's just a fact. But another part of me can look at the tea leaves and knows that things are not good right now. it's like it's like one of those moments that if people don't say things or if people let things happen, things get a lot worse. And these are one of those things. It just feels really shitty to pay up the ass $700 for me, $750 with the stupid ass disk drive not including taxes, and now $900/$1,000 with taxes for a PS5 Pro just to get slammed with shit like this. And the fact that like Sony knows about this and is like hasn't, isn't getting rid of it, it feels very Sony in the year of 2026. And again, I come from like a really good time when we were able to enjoy our games, and there's a reason that I keep physical things. There's a reason why I bought Fight Club in 4K physically, and it just really sucks to know that this is gonna happen. This is happening right now, and it just really, really sucks. It just really, really sucks. I don't know or understand why they feel like they can do this. No, I do obviously, but I don't understand how they could do this without considering the consequences. Because I don't believe they care about the consequences when they're not visible. And that's an unfortunate thing to say because it implies a lot of things. But in the situation that we are right now, with how things are being presented / sold to us, we're walking down that path. And it's not going to be pretty. And again, this is coming from a dumbass that has a PlayStation tattoo. So there we are. This is our time. The future is what we make of it. That's a Terminator quote. And at the end of the day, I just like, I am gonna buy mouse PI physically. That's just something that I want to hold on to. But it really pisses me off that I don't even feel good about supporting them digitally anymore because of this bullshit. So if the answer is to jump ship and go to Steam or figure that one out, then we have to figure out what my future here / gaming / being able to present the PS5 as gameplay rather than the PC as gameplay. If things change, if I have to change my lifestyle for shits like this, then I'll do it. But it's shocking. It's genuinely shocking to me that these people have made all the choices to force me to a decision that makes me want to no longer associate with the brand. That is where we're at. So, goddamn, Godspeed. Because man gets arrested in Singapore for allegedly leaking the legend of Aang the Last Airbender. Could face up to 7 years in jail and a fine up to $50,000. It's by Wesley Ian Poole over at IGN. 26-year-old man was arrested in Singapore for allegedly leaking that thing. According to Straits Times, police said the man accessed a media server without authorization, downloaded the unreleased film, then leaked parts of it online. A copy of the film was recovered from one of his devices. Unauthorized access to computer material carries a maximum jail term of 7 years, a fine not exceeding $50,000 or both. Sheesh. The Straits Times pointed at I'm Still Dizzin on Twitter account, thank you, which has been at the heart of the leaks and suggested someone based in Singapore is behind it. Earlier this month, Legend of Aang was leaked on Twitter months ahead of its official premiere on Paramount Plus. The account that first leaked the movie said someone at Paramount or Nickelodeon, quote, accidentally emailed them the full film. However, according to Variety, quote, the initial investigation determined that the vulnerability had nothing to do with Paramount's systems. According to a reporter, the person behind the Twitter account claimed a, quote, friend from his hacker days sent him a full copy of the movie, and, quote, he didn't know what it was until he looked it up. Posted initial videos to social media, and he insisted, quote, troll a little bit. Apparently he didn't think it was a big deal because the movie isn't set to release in theaters. After the Twitter account posted initial clips of the movie, the entire film leaked online from another account, apparently also based in Singapore. Well, movie just got leaked on 4chan, GG. The original leaker tweeted on April 13th, quote, and no, Anna, I'm not getting extradited over a cartoon movie, chill out. In December, it emerged that Paramount had ditched plans for a theatrical release of Legend of Aang in favor of an exclusive launch of streaming platforms that replaced Paramount Plus. The much anticipated Airbender animated movie was due out in theaters October 9th, 2026, but Paramount subsequently set Paramount Plus as the executive home for Avatar Studios content, forcing Legend of Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender, and the original series Avatar 7 Havens onto the platform. But anyways, Avatar fans were looking forward to seeing the movie in theaters. Questioned the decision, which came to surprise in context for a huge box office success anime films are enjoyed last year. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, for example, grossed an incredible $77.4 million at the global box office. An animator who worked at Legend of Aang, The Last Avatar, criticized those who were using Paramount's awful decisions to pull the movie from theaters, quote, to justify linking it. Michaela Jill Murphy, the original voice of Toph Bjorn in Avatar Last Airbender, subsequently told fans that they should avoid the leaks completely. Olivia Hack, the voice of Ty Lee in Avatar The Last Airbender, then joined fans' calls for Paramount to change its mind and release the Legend of Aang, The Last Airbender in theaters. How the fuck is that a children's game? I guess that escalated quickly. Because I remember when people were like doing the normal shit, and then now we're here. Goddamn, that was like 6 months ago. Okay, so yeah. Hey man, you fucked up. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, number one, I don't care. Sorry, but I don't. I didn't have cable. The girl I was dating at the time, I believe, showed me the final episode, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, that's how it ends. Moving on. And that just happened. So it's a bit of a situation. If, hypothetically, if Paramount decided to make this a streaming movie because of taxes and money reforms and blah, 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 then I kind of get it. You know, I'm just saying, just kind of get it. Whatever. If someone released this because their feelings were hurt, then okay, you just hurt everyone else's feelings. And again, I see how you got to that conclusion. I'm not saying I like it, but I see how you got there. Now, if certain things change this property enough for people to go like, yo man, this ain't it. This ain't it. And this person was like, look how they massacred my boy. Literally, look at how they massacred my boy. And posted it online. Then I guess we got something to say. And I think the one that gets me the most, right? I'm going to step back for a bit. The one that gets me the most is that I've heard, not even just rumors, I heard the rumors, but just yesterday I saw the cardboard cutout for one digital circus, the amazing digital circus is getting a theatrical release. Like the final episodes or whatever you want to call it. And the fact that shit is going to the movies and this shit was pulled away from the movies tells me a lot of things. So again, we don't know why the guy did it yet. I'm assuming we're going to hear more about this in the future. But the fact that they did do it, and the fact that like certain people decided to play stupid games and they won stupid prizes. But do we know if it's a stupid game? That is my question. Demo. There are a lot of stupid games, and bullying is one of them. So, manga author behind one of this season's most popular anime gets bullied off social media. This is one of the most popular seasons? No way. Okay, this is by Lewis Parker over at Kotaku. Shunde, the author behind the popular boys love manga Go For It no Nakamura-kun, has deleted her X account after being harassed for including a scene in the manga between a high school student and a teacher that readers perceived as romantic. The scene was included in the latest episode of the manga's anime adaptation, which aired just yesterday, though the romantic tension aspect had been toned down in the anime version at the artist's request. As spotted by Anime News work Varia Ottoman Sunye deleted her X account on April 11th, just after posting a lengthy message on the platform, which was machine translated from Japanese to loaded Reddit. Quote, "I just get complaints about why the hell I draw something like this, and I don't have the ability to create something that makes everyone as happy as they're expected, so there's no point in being a manga anymore, is there?" Question, quote, "Read your last post on X." However, the episode that users on Twitter, fuck you, supposedly took issue with aired yesterday. So why exactly did she delete her account 11 days before it was released? For context, Go For It Nakamura-kun is a BL manga that focuses on the titular character Okuto Nakamura and a closeted 16-year-old high school student with a crush on his classmate Aki Hirose. According to News Network, users on X began harassing Sunday soon after the anime adaptation began airing earlier this month on April 2nd. This harassment supposedly stemmed from a what-if piece of artwork by Sunday, not featured in the manga itself, which depicted Hirose fantasizing about his 25-year-old homeroom teacher, Otogiri. In the manga, Hirose's crush on his teacher is depicted as one-sided. And the same released by Japanese webcomic imprint Heroes Web X on Twitter. Fuck you. It was sent by Swift, which revealed author animation name, so it's getting please if you're retained for the manga. Blah 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 blah. Author risk questions things as please don't visit the relationship between Otakiri and Hirose without getting too close. Always keep in mind that they are in a teacher-student dynamic, avoiding descriptions that sexually exploit female students or female characters, deceptions and for vulgar elements present in the original work. Please refrain from including them in anime as much as possible and revise them into expressions that anyone can view comfortably. Quote, reads part of Sunday's statement, machine translated. In the controversial scene, the teacher and student exchange contact information. The statement also clarifies that the author and the anime production team do not endorse teachers and students exchange personal contact information. Sheesh. Quote, Sunday's statement also noted that the author plans to move away from depicting any form of age gap romance, implied or otherwise, in her future works. Quote, furthermore, the author has previously created several works in the BL genre featuring parents with a significant age difference or parents between adults and minors, such as teachers and students. Continues the statement. However, considering the recent increase in horrific crimes committed by adults against minors, the author will not use this as a theme in the future. End quote. Wow. Oh my god, this fucking piece of shit. Anyways, ignoring that. Okay. So when I did the Crunchyroll anime night premiere thingamajiggy, this was the anime I was talking about. That was the BL, and it was a romance, love romance, and it was BL. And I recognize that it was a funny show. And like I was curious to see how the universe was going to kind of accept it, quote unquote. And here we are. Not great. Thinking of how to explain this delicately. So when people are salty on the internet, sometimes people will hold on to that salt, right? And they won't tell you they're salty about it. But you do something that can also be kind of like bagged on, or kind of like, if you do something that is genuinely as a group looked upon as negatively, i.e. the latest revelations from the island mans and the orange orangutan president's history, then people will take that old salty feeling and apply it to the current mishap that is being presented. So I'm gonna walk this line delicately right now. Yeah, I can't even walk that line anymore. so high school romance is a thing, obviously, and then student teacher romance is a question. Obviously, you don't want to force anybody to do anything that they're not comfortable with. And I think that's actually, you don't want to push anyone to do anything they're not comfortable with. And when it gets to these sort of moments, things get kind of like delicate, and it's not. We're at a very delicate point that certain things that were able to happen, or even just kind of like hypothetical stories that were inspired or created with a sense of entertainment, but in a sense of like, oh yeah, I do remember this, or I do feel like that, or blah blah, emotions of that, blah blah blah, now that things are so delicate in the universe, those type of deals are no longer, as we're not comfortable presenting those type of scenarios anymore. And what that says about us, or what that says about our culture, it's another conversation for a different time. But the fact that we're at a spot where, for example, a certain person is getting bagged on for representing something that they feel passionate about. You can say what you want to say, but the woman makes things specific genre, and the woman appreciates a certain dynamic. And I'll go ahead and say I understand said dynamic, which is why, as long as there should be consent and blah 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 blah, power dynamics and blah 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 blah. But it's really shitty when a person who has actually created something that certain people enjoy, i.e. there's a market for it and people are enjoying it, right? Hence it being one of the more popular of the season animes. But then to feel the assault from other people who are not able to allow people to enjoy their content, to push things to a point where it makes things awkward for everybody, to even phantom said scenarios, that's when things are not great. Because you have a group who's actively trying to gatekeep enjoyment, but not from a actual caring place, from a malicious standpoint. So instead of it becoming something that can actually be beneficial, it becomes another weapon to use against a demographic or a group or blah blah blah. So that's rough, man. Again, I'm not fucking endorsing Florida Orange Orangutan President Man or his cahoots and Island Man's bullshit. But there's certain people out there that are so negative, let's put it that way. So negative that they will take any information and twist it to their negativity, because that's what their world revolves around. So it sucks. I think it's a little sad that, quote unquote, someone is being bullied off a platform, obviously. But we'll have to wait and see, man. I don't know. Again, like, this show wasn't my cup of tea for reasons. I can I can see where all the cuteness like applies, and like I can, if it were a quote unquote normal if it were a quote unquote normal relationship between a male and a female, I can even feel some sort of emotion, like deeper emotion or whatever. But I couldn't, because it just wasn't my scenario, wasn't my cup of tea per se. And I just acknowledged the funny parts, the interesting parts, the character parts, and I moved on. But again, certain groups of individuals will feel a salt or something, and they will reserve those pocket salts to attack later, and that's a bummer. That is a bummer, especially when we're dealing with super delicate topics like age gaps, differences, and blah blah. Because it shouldn't be a negative thing, but it is because of all the examples that have been showcased in the recent timings. But that is a conversation for another universe. Diana. Bye. In case you needed a little bit of support, My Hero Academia Contra World Tour announces US tour dates. No manches. It's by Anita Tai over at Anime News Network. Toho, Gaia Live, and Road Co Entertainment announced on Tuesday the US tour dates for My Hero Academia in Concert World Tour, featuring composer Yuki Hayashi and scenes from the anime. The US leg of the tour between September 12th and October 25th. Full list of US tour dates include these people: Sheesh, San Jose, Riverside. Shoot, that's interesting. So you're going New Mexico, Utah, California, Mesa, Angeles, Francisco, Oregon, Washington, back down to California, or this is San Jose, Riverside, San Diego, and then to Arizona, then to Colorado, then to Denver, Colorado, and then on to these other spots. Sheesh. All the way back over. Okay, yeah. So they're on the West Coast for a bit. So they're on the West Coast and they loop around, and then they start heading over to the East Coast. Texas, DC. Yep, there you go. Woo! That's a lot of dates, bro. The above dates has followed 10 city European tours, which takes place in fall. The world tour will launch in Japan on May 30th. That's back to back. The tour is part of the anime's 10th year anniversary celebration, which includes My Hero Academia's new bonus episode titled More, based on manga's extras to 421st chapter following the original family on May 2nd. Crunchyroll will stream the anime worldwide except Asia. Anime's 8th and final season debuted on October 4th. Crunchyroll streamed the anime worldwide and began streaming to English dub on October 18th. Woo! Well, so that's a quick one. I put this up because we had a conversation last week about how Anime Expo used to present these really cool anime song groups, and then these guys decided to and then a new challenger approached, and these guys popped up with their guitars. I'm put this very delicately. Who is this for? and if this is for you, Godspeed, my dude. You do you. Have fun out there. But again, this is a soundtrack for an anime being played live, and they're so comfortable playing for so long that they're going back to back, which tells me that maybe, just maybe, that's a whole lot of DJs in the background. Again, how do I put this delicately? I saw about 4 rock shows last month. Yeah, I counted them. 4 rock shows last month. And I can almost swear to you, as someone who passionately enjoys strumming my guitar, that those exciting guitar moments that I wanted to hear live were being played by a CD or a digital audio background track, which realistically, honestly, killed the whole experience for me. Now, I get that that's me. It's the same reason why I can't walk into any restaurant and not look at the kitchen and make my decision from that. But if people are paying for someone to press play while music plays in the background and we got this fancy visuals from the anime, sure, dude, that's you. Have fun. Enjoy that. Be cool with that. But it's not a band playing live and really actually enjoying the live scenario. And that mentality is starting to spread into live band, which kills me, which honestly kills the fuck out of me. So, okay, trying to put it that delicately. You do you. Enjoy. But you know damn well that someone was in a boardroom and going like, oh, you remember 10 years ago when they were putting that Youth They Run song to that Breaking Bad episode? Yeah. They threw a whole anime of that. So yeah. So, you know, you make one hit wonder, or you play I Say Run, or you play the Kill song. And this is where we're at now. Okay, so it's fine. Actually, it's not fine. But if you want to enjoy this, you go enjoy yourself. Realistically, you go enjoy yourself. I'm just really sad that it feels like we're straying away from actual live music more and more these days. This is coming from a guy who fucking plays karaoke on YouTube. So, if you needed to feel like things are even worse than they were before, Assassin's Creed, something near and dear to my heart. Assassin's Creed Hex loses its second director in 2 months, by Ethan Gatch over at Kotaku. Assassin's Creed Hex lost its creative director Clint Hawking at the end of February. 2 months later, it's losing its game director Benoit Richter, who departed to co-found an indie studio of industry veterans aligned around the shared vision of the industry and experience creation. End quote. Richard joined Ubisoft back in 2017, and after directing Batman Arkham Origins at Warner Bros. Montreal, he led the French publisher to its 2018 VR psychological thriller Transference before becoming a game director on Assassin's Creed Valhalla and later Assassin's Creed Hex. He's now the project's second high-profile departure this year. Hawking, a Ubisoft veteran on Splinter Cell, Far Cry 2, and Watch Dogs Legion, was similarly replaced on Hex after Ubisoft brought back Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Origins director Jean Gouston to help lead creative oversight of the franchise. Former franchise producer Mark or Alex Corte is currently suing the company over an alleged forced firing. Oof. Quote, we sincerely thank Clint for his vision, creative contributions, and dedication over the years. We wish him the very best in his next chapter. Quote, a spokesperson for Ubisoft said at the time, development of Assassin's Creed codename Hex continues with a seasoned team, end quote. That's how you know they're lying. Later, little is known about Hex outside of the fact that it will take place during the latter stages of the Holy Roman Empire, and seemingly involves certain elements of horror and witchcraft. A tonal departure for the period-based stealth action series that usually leans to historical detail rather than supernatural storytelling. It's like they don't even know what they're making anymore. It's not reportedly supposed to ship until 2027, with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Restinct being Ubisoft's big Assassin's Creed game in 2026. What's in the works after that, and whether the franchise will be moving back towards a more annualized release schedule between remakes and spin-offs remains to be seen. I know, much is true, much is true. Anyways, listen. PS3 era, Assassin's Creed era,
shit changed my life. And that's not an exaggeration. Shit. Half of the reason I'm still alive is because of things that happened. And, dude, I will always be the guy who's like, just let him try. Just give it a shot. Do what you gotta do. Make it happen. But enjoy yourself. And it's been harder and harder to watch this brand, quote unquote, let's call it what it is, this brand be dragged through the swamps. Like, I didn't like when they changed the gameplay style, but I understood why they did it. I acknowledge that they still had some quote unquote story happening, and then the story became shit. And you had to watch this shell of a legend, this name dripping with aura, prestige, quality, and watch it transform into a pile of shit. PlayStation, Assassin's Creed. They don't make them like they used to. But anyways, that's all we have for that one, right? That's easier said than done. These people have officially ran out of ideas, inspiration, confidence, and they are leaning on the yearly release thing again. And it's like one of those things, like how much can you beat a dead horse? But Assassin's Creed is that dead horse, which I guess is kind of fitting for this hex witchcraft game. So hey, tell me you don't know the people who tell me you don't respect the people who created your empire without telling me you respect the gamers who created your empire. Moving on. Because something that makes me happy. First permanent Square Enix cafe in the United States to open at Los Angeles. Did you say? Thank you. Yeah, man. That part. Square Enix announced on Friday that it will open 2 Square Enix cafes and shop locations in Los Angeles and Tokyo. The English version of the announcement lists both locations as opening in the spring, while the Japanese version lists the Tokyo location as opening in early summer. J-Pop Culture Cafe Incorporated will operate the Los Angeles cafe and shop at the 316th East 1st Street in Little Tokyo neighborhood. This will be the first time an official Square Enix cafe location offers a full, authentic menu in the United States. Newton Corporation will operate the new Tokyo Cafe and shop on the first 3 floors of the Placebo Tower in Shinjuku District, the same location as the previous Square Enix Pop-Up Cafe that announced its closure at the end of March. Oh yeah, that did happen. The 2 cafes will offer menu items inspired by different Square Enix properties, and the adjoining shops will carry official merchandise of the same. Previous Square Enix Cafe Tokyo and Tokyo Akihabara District permanently closed in March 2025 after more than 8 years in operation. Square Enix opened its first Square Enix Cafe in Tokyo inside the Yodobashi Camera Store in Akihabara in 2016. And the cafe featured the limited time collaborative memories and drinks with different Square Enix properties as well as a shop and merchandise. Square Enix had previously noted that its separate on Artnia Cafe and shop in Shinjuku, Tokyo will continue operations. Square Enix Cafe Garden merchandise shop open 2014 in Tokyo is also continue operation. Plaza Resorts building Akihabara and Dragon Quest themed Ludia's Bar and Final Fantasy Ezra Cafe and Pastel Resorts building in Osaka Namba District also hosts Final Fantasy Ezra Cafe. The Square Enix Cafe in Osaka opened in 2017 in Osaka Umeda area and relocated to a nearby location later on. Osaka Cafe closing in August 2021 and are now Square Enix pop-up cafe locations in Osaka and Nagoya. Why do we need to know all this? Square Enix also has an official cafe in Shanghai. But regardless, thank you very much. Okay. Easier said than done. Little Tokyo, Los Angeles. Good shit. Randomly, the mates and I went to Little Tokyo, and turns out there was a Square Enix pop-up merchandise store to which I was able to buy all the Final Fantasy stuff, and that was cool, man. Like it's you hear about these things across the pond, Japan, and you go like, damn. Well, I guess I won't be able to go there anytime soon. And obviously, with the cultures combining more and more, people are more into Japan than ever, or anime and Japan stuff than ever before, and Japan being able to quote unquote communicate / associate with America even easier than before. It's interesting to see where this is going. Again, I still ponder about those Akira Japanese American signs in Los Angeles. I do feel like we're gonna get there at a certain point, but it's gonna be interesting. We'll see if more and more culture sort of seeps in, as we're seeing how Hollywood is now absorbing video games and now looking at actual Japanese properties and animes to kind of turn into live action properties through Netflix and Tom Cruise's studio, apparently. So looking positive in that direction. Granted, it always stems from some shitty ass CEO or investor trying to make more money, and while making money is essentially a terrible thing, being driven by that pursuit of more money will ultimately lead us down to making shit worthless, which is where we're at with PlayStation. So all this to say that I appreciate these things coming over. I would love to support these things. I would love to go to a cafe and enjoy an evening and look at Final Fantasy stuff and hopefully pick up some merch. But we'll see what effects those actions have in our future. And that's something that I have to ask myself more and more these days, considering the times that we live in. But hey, Merit and the Egyptian God, Dio. Anubis has never looked cuter in this shoujo manga. So, if you're interested, if you're curious, catch you at the cafe. Kinda. But hey, man, more adventures and more in the future. That is where we're at today, though. So, not too bad. I enjoy a week where I don't have to tell us that the sky is falling. That's always a good day in my book. So, if we can, then hey, let's enjoy the weekend and the week and the day that comes along with it. Listen, man, I really want to play Mouse PI. I do. I really, really do. It just takes a lot of mental gymnastics to convince myself to sit my ass down and just play a game for longer than like an hour, 30 minutes or an hour. So I'll keep on working on that one, whatever that means. But hey, we'll have to wait and see. But it's all in the day's work. It's a Sunday. The week is gonna happen soon. Man, if you could see the shit in my mind, I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be a great idea. But at the same point, things, is it me or were things just a lot simpler? And it just feels like there's a lot of management on my end that I feel like shouldn't have to be the way it is, but I guess it kind of is. So what that means for organization and setting things up is where you'll spend the most time kind of balancing that one. And that's a fun one. Just saying, like things are moving and it's going there, and it can only go so long before you have to like do some cool shit, some backflips and all that. But por qué no? For now, I'd say let's just enjoy. Vámonos. You're a canary, I'm a coal mine. Casara, it's just all the rage. Take one for the team, you all know what I mean. And I'm so sorry, but not really. Tell the boys where to find my body. New York High, Chicago thighs, pushed up the window to kiss you. The truth is worse than anything I could bring myself to do to you. The truth hurts worse than anything I can bring myself to do to you. Do you remember the way I held your hand under the lamppost and ran this way? So many times I can close my eyes. The truth hurts worse than anything I could bring myself to you. The truth hurts worse than anything I could bring myself to you. The truth hurts worse than anything I can bring myself. The truth hurts worse than anything I can bring myself to do to you. The truth now press repeat. Now press repeat. Saigo. Wait, that wasn't it? Yes, it was. Saigo. you gotta better come around here. You wanna see your face, you better disappear. The fire's in their eyes and the words are real clear. So beat it, just beat it. You better run, you better do what you can. Don't wanna see no blood, don't be a macho man. You wanna be tough, better do what you can. So beat it. But you wanna be bad, just beat it. Beat it. No one wants to be defeated. Showing how funky and strong is your fight. It doesn't matter who's on the right, who's beat it. Just beat it. Just beat it. Just beat it. To get you better leave what you can. Don't wanna be a boy, you wanna be a man. You wanna stay alive, better do what you can. So beat it, just beat it. You have to show them that you're really not scared. You're playing with your life, this ain't no truth to dare. They'll kick you and they'll beat you and they'll tell you it's fair. So beat it. But you wanna be bad, just beat it. Beat it. No one wants to be defeated. So we're not fucking showing strong fight. It doesn't matter who's on the right. Just beat it, beat it. No one wants to be defeated. Showing how funky and strong is your fight. Beat it, beat it, beat it. Beat it, beat it, beat it. Beat it, beat it. No one wants to beat it, beat it. Showing how funky strong is your fight. It doesn't matter who's on the. Just beat it, beat it. No one wants to be defeated. Showing how funky strong is your fight. It doesn't matter who's on the right. Just beat it, beat it. No one wants to be defeated. Showing how funky and strong is your fight. It doesn't matter who's on the right. Oh, we're not funky. That was an alright movie. Yeah. Thriller though. Thriller is I would say most people remember Thriller as a thriller being a thriller. But Thriller being the one song that actually like, what is this? He's telling us a story, like, who is this werewolf guy? And then to finally see the music video and all of it kind of made sense, quote unquote. It was a moment. I think I don't know if we'll ever get something like that again. I know a lot of people have tried to be like give like the song and the voice. I would say maybe Taylor Swift is the closest thing to a Michael Jackson, but that's a different demographic in terms of like what was happening there. And you know, seeing the film yesterday and just kind of getting at least a tiny bit of like backstory / example of what the dude was feeling / going through while he was experiencing life and while life was coming at him, and what that did to a person, right? What that does to a human being, and how it can even isolate the most respected person in the room can be isolated by the lack of humanity that comes from being that icon, that image. And that's not an easy line to walk. It's an even harder line to walk without abusing said image, but I like to believe that the guy did a good job, you know, whatever that means, however that had to happen, and certain roles and certain moments that may or may not have actually saved or impacted or helped the life. You never know, but we can believe, we can trust, and one can only hope that we're right. Just one time, and someone close, someone just sing the blues, but the movie never ends. It goes on and on and on. But that's what we do. So, if you like to do dirty Mountain Dew, I hope you have a very nice week, very fun time. Take care of yourself out there. It's getting kind of cold. I had to wear my poncho on the motorcycle yesterday because hell yeah. And yeah, just have fun out there. Take care of each other and love each other for the hell of it, or for the love of it. Hold on to that feeling. Yeah. またね。